Hi guys, welcome to Student Zone. So recently I saw plenty of students and candidates who were actually graduated in 23, 22, 24. They were applying for different roles and different jobs in LinkedIn. So they were not getting, they were not making the list. So what exactly the problem with? So some people, they were telling that LinkedIn is not even working. So they're applying and they're not getting any calls, they were not getting any responses, things like that. So where the problem lied? Well, the problem was not with the LinkedIn. The problem is with your the process you're following. So what's the process? So to understand this process, I'll tell you every single process, every single step you need to follow. Don't skip any part of the video, because in between you have a key points or keywords you're having. So don't skip any part of the video. Let's jump into the process. So what's the process? What's a very important process we need to follow? So the first step. So you need to follow 5 steps, by the way. So what are the 5 steps? So step number 1, role. So you need to choose your role wisely. In my entire coaching career, so I saw the students, they were applying for different roles, which the role having no relevance with the other role. So they were apply for Python developer role, they apply for Java developer, they apply for web development, full stack developer. What are you doing, guys? So you're not going to do that. So you need to conquer one topic. If in this case you're Python developer and you're good at Python, don't see it Java or don't see it web development. You need to conquer this subject only. So if you're interested in web development, that with the Python. So web development with Python, there are plenty of libraries in Python. You can do plenty of other things with the Python, right? So now only concentrate on Python. So how you can learn, how you can start learning, what are the basics, then go to the advanced, like that. So you need to learn, you need to prepare a plan, and you need to execute that plan. Okay, if you're having hard time to plan, and if you don't know how to plan and what is the process, you can simply go join IQ interns. So I'll give the link in the description. Apply for that, apply for the role, and they'll train you, they'll give you an internship, they'll give you projects and everything. So you can check it out. The link is in the description. So now practice only one topic. Now you're only preparing for the Python, you're not letting in any other topic. You're good at it, you're practicing every day. So where I can practice that? So there are HackerRank, there are Lead Code, there are plenty out there. You can practice everywhere. This is the step number 1. You need to choose only one role. That means whether you need to choose Python developer or Java developer role. There is only one role you need to choose. This applies for everything. If you're from a management side, you need to choose whether you're a designer or a digital marketing advisor, digital marketing analyst, anything. So you need to choose your role. That should be one. You need to concentrate on one role, and you need to concentrate on one role's problems. Okay, so every role have different requirements. So you need to check everything properly. For Python developer, you need to understand with a good Python, you should have a good coding knowledge. That means with the syntax, and then you should have a good knowledge with libraries. Python works with libraries basically. So you should have good knowledge on libraries and everything. You need to know every detail of that role, in and out, and you need to practice every day, at least for 3 hours every day. Give yourself some time. If you're not got high till date, this much of time you just spend at anywhere, right? So spend some more time on learning things. Okay, conquer the subject, don't leave any part, theoretical or practical. And then coming to step 2, project selection. This is a really important step, guys. So why this is really important step? When you show your resume, when you apply for a job, the first thing the interviewer look at you and yourself was at the projects. If you say you're the interviewer, you started a startup company, now you're hiring for a Python developer, and there are plenty of applications came to you, there are hundreds of applications came to you. Now you saw every application. Now like you saw a resume where the guy was telling that I was interested in Python developer role, I was having a good experience with Python development, And then coming to the projects, he mentioned IoT and there's some academic projects they're going to mention. I have done some IoT project. I have done some web development project. What's the use of all this, guys? So we are hiring for the Python developer role, and why I need IoT or why I need web development roles? So that is useless. Don't do that. You see, if you have any academic projects and if you consider that was a achievement for me, then mention the names. So I worked with the IoT subtopic. I worked with the web development subtopic. That's enough. And mention the title as academic projects. Under that, write key projects. So in these key projects, you need to write what are the projects you have actually done on your main role, your primary role. So for example, you choose as a Python developer. So you need to choose a project. So how you're going to choose your project? So go to a peaceful place first. Go to a peaceful place and think about the problems you have. I'll give you an example how to choose a project. Everyone know about ATS, right? If you don't know, that is an applicant tracking system which actually shortlists your resume. Okay. So now how this ATS concept came into the picture. So a guy who actually invented ATS, so he saw the problem which lies in manual shortlisting. So now if I want to hire people for my company, then I need to open an application. Then people come to me and they'll start applying for the role. Then I'm going to download their resume and then I want to analyze them manually, step by step for every roles. There are hundreds of people who are applying for that role. Now think about that. For hundreds of resume, how many people I need to hire to analyze that resume? Plenty of them, right? I need to hire an entire HR management, which cost me very too much of cost. He identified the problem. Now he came up with the solution. So how he going to solve the problem? First thing, he named that as an ATS, applicant tracking system, and then he invented this software. If you keep this resume into the system, it'll find all the keywords related to your role. For example, if you are applying for a Python developer, right? So there are some keywords there. In the declaration, you'll mention I was an inspired Python developer. I have done these projects on Python development. I developed a project on Python. So these are the keywords in your resume. And there are key skills you need to mention. Na? So there they'll mention I worked with the Flutter in Python. I was good at these libraries in Python. So these are the keywords which were already preloaded into the ATS. And this ATS, this system goes and check every line to line, and it'll shortlist your resume. And final shortlisted resumes would be on my desk. And I only interview those students, and who are actually not fit for that, I'll just throw those resumes. Okay, so this is how the ATS work. This is how the problem, and he prepared the solution and the solution outcome. This is how a project selection should be happen. So go to a peaceful place and look at the problems you're having in the society or with any other thing you're facing. Okay, and now try to solve the problem. How you can solve that? So with the ATS case, how he solved that? So this is a manual process and he want to automate that. In your case, what is the problem and how you can automate, or how you can actually solve that problem? Think that and start doing the project. These are highly effective projects, and there are some other projects as well which you can repeat and they're having good weightage. If you want that projects, same, go to the description, you can apply for them. So in IQ Interns, you have every single thing. There is a program called IQ Career Accelerator that they'll give you every possible thing you want. But if you want to do that efficient way, you need to choose your problem statement. You need to have a solution for that. There is a planning how you're going to solve the problem and everything, and then you need to give a solution. This is a project number 1. Project number 2, like that, until you got hired into your first job. You need to do all the projects every single day. Every single day you need to work on your projects. And some might this is also an advantage for you. So you sit in an interview and the interviewer asks you, so these days you're free, so what you have done? You can tell, on every day I work on these projects. This is the best statement you can tell. Consistency and working, like you're consistent on a programming language and you're working on that project. So this is the best answer you can give an interviewer. So this is a positive answer which might select you to a job. Okay, and then comes the third step, resume optimization. You choose the role and you made your project based on the role. Now you need to optimize your resume based on these two things. So you choose the role, right? Python developer, and you made a project on Python development. So your resume should be optimized with Python developer role only. And because you're applying for Python developer role, so you need to change every keywords possible. So you can change some keywords based on the requirement of the job. You don't need to change every keyword. So in order, so if you made a resume and you added C, Java, I was good at C, Java, Python, SQL, C++ and everything. So your resume having a less ATS optimization. But if you have only Python and related fields, Python, which was related with the data analytics, visualizations, libraries, using libraries and all those things. So add only related skills, which was related to Python. Flutter is related. Django. So there are plenty of libraries which was actually work with Python. Add those skills only if you know. If you don't know, don't add that skill. And optimize your resume. For example, in your declaration, I was an aspirant I was an aspirant Python developer. I was an aspirant inspired Python developer. So every aspect of your resume, in your project or declaration or in your objective, in the beginning stages, so everything that should be included with your Python developer words. If you want that keywords and perfect resume building, I was not going to teach everything here because there are plenty of videos in YouTube. And if you want a perfect way to optimize your resume, again go to IQ Career Accelerator. That is the best way you can actually do entire your career guidance. So now prepare your resume, which was optimized with all these keywords. Keywords are very important. So keywords in your key skills, in your objective, in your declaration, in your projects. In these 4 areas, you should mention I was a Python developer. I was a Python developer. I was interested in Python development. I worked with these projects. All these related to Python developer. Now you prepared with your role. You fixed with your role. You fixed with your projects. You fixed with your resume optimization. Now the 4th point is soft skills. Soft skills development. So what comes under soft skills? Very important thing, communication skills. Without communication skills, I'm mentioning you're not going to shortlist any interview. You're not going to make it because communication skills is really important. And then confidence. So you should show your confidence in your eyes, in your speaking, and everywhere, in your body language. Simply body language. Your communication skills, body language, your positive attitude. You need to have a positive attitude while you're attending an interview or while you're answering some questions. So if he ask a question and if you say, no, I don't know, that is a negative one. You need to answer in some other way. I actually don't know that. I'll develop that as soon as possible. So like that in a positive way. Don't make that in a negative way. So this is the 4th step. That is soft skills development. If you want deep in soft skill development, again join IQ Accelerator. Then there you can actually have a clean view about that. And the 5th one, applying for the jobs. This is where we need to jump into our screen, and I'll show you in the LinkedIn. Let's jump into the screen. Yeah guys, so open your LinkedIn tab, open your LinkedIn account and log into your account where you want to apply, and open this tab called jobs. Okay, now what we are actually discussing with, we are discussing with the Python developer role, right? So since we are discussing about the Python developer role, look, we are going to apply for the same role. So now I'm going to apply for Python developer role. Yeah, so here I got a recommendation and I click on that developer role. So if you see, so we have how many results we have? We have 3,276 results. Say in this, so first we need to filter out some key things. For example, so some person have a dream company. In my case, I take example. So where I'm taking as a TCS or Capgemini, I'll take Infosys. Infosys. So Infosys is one of the company where I want to hire. So I check Infosys first, and whether Infosys was hiring for Python developer or not. Yeah, now Python developer was that Infosys was actually hiring for a Python developer role, and what they were looking for: SageMaker, Python, and LLM. These are the some of the skills you need to have in order to get hired here. Okay, so check everything properly. So what do they want from you? What are the requirements and everything? So in the same way, if you want to get hired in Tata Consultancy Services, that means TCS. So TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, and just apply the filter and see here. See, very important thing before I'm going further, you apply for any job, that is your wish. Okay, so when you having made the hiring team, if you got a person who are actually, if you meet on the hiring team, just message them, click on the message, type the message. In this case, that is a woman who was actually hiring here. So hi ma'am, so I was so and so, so I was actually interested in this role because I was continuously developing these projects, some of the major projects you have done, and prove her. So you're the best fit for that role. Okay, you how good you are and everything. Prove her. So if you prove her how good you are in that role, she might offer you an interview. Without shortlisting or anything, she might give you a chance. So how good is this? How accurate is this process? This was accurate 80%. 80% of chances you get hired. So many of my students who are actually done this, they were actually hired in this process only. They was actually hired in this process. So this is the best process you can do. So apply here. First click on apply and apply for the job. Easy apply. You can apply easily, and then you can just message her. So ma'am, I was this and I was this and everything about your projects, why you are fit for that. In this case, there is some experience. Okay, ignore for some time. I'll just give you an example here. Must have Python design and development with fast API. If you have a fast API knowledge really good, then tell ma'am, I was really good at fast API. I have done some projects on this particular software on fast API. So I have done, show your project, what your project was actually done, and attach your resume under that. Attach your resume in message. So now trust me guys, every guy, see this red color mark is irritating for me. I need to open that. So everyone will open that message once you keep in LinkedIn. Okay, so now she'll open your resume and she'll check everything in your resume, and she also read your message, so that having a good chances to get hired there, right? So do that process. This is a very important process. And then there are some more filters. So first we'll begin with the easy steps, and then we'll go and we'll apply for everything. So now let me remove the company first. There are 3k plus results I'm having. So now I have one thing called Python developer in Nutra Bay, that is Gurugram in Haryana. So if you are not familiar with that location, like in my case, so from Bengaluru, I'll say Bengaluru, Karnataka. So I only want companies from Bengaluru. So if you are good at anywhere, I can go anywhere, I can work any place, so you can keep entire India. Now, so I was a fresher in my case. Okay, so I'm not a fresher. In my case, for example, I was a fresher. So then I was selecting my entry, like I was an entry level guy. Okay, and now I got some list here. So there are some plenty of lists here. So Python developer interns. So now there are apply button here, and there is no one I know in my connection here. So now come to the skills. Check the skills. What are the skills you have? Like you need to have Python programming. Yeah, you have. You are a Python developer. And then data structures. You need to have data structures knowledge. Fine. If you have, that was good. Don't have, okay, keep that. And algorithms. You should have some knowledge on algorithms. Might be you should have that. And problem solving. This is a soft skill. I mentioned you. And then OOPS concept. you need to have some, and database management. So usually when you're working with Python, you also have a little knowledge on database management, so that's fine. And then web development. So there are some libraries in Python like Flutter, Django, or there is some things there are there. Okay, so you should have. So how many skills you have? How many skills you know in this web development? You know, database management. Yeah, you can handle that. Oops, of course you should know about oops. And then algorithms, might be you might or might not. Let's don't add that. Okay, and then data structures, maybe you don't know. So then Python programming. So how many you have? You have 4 skills in this. Okay, 4 is a good one. So now come and read about the company. So Bytemetric Solutions, we are passionate about the leveraging technology to solve business challenges. So they were actually having some clients, and they were actually providing a software solution for them. So now see some of the bold ones also. It is very important to fill the form. You will receive form when you will apply, as well as fill your mail ID. Okay, so they want the requirement. You should follow the requirement. And then this is a remote position. That means you're working from home. Okay, so now job overview. They'll tell you, so we want a dynamic guy who is having experience from 0 to 1 year. That was okay. And so the location is in Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Pune, Hubli. So there are plenty of locations. So what are the qualified skills? This is an important place you need to look at. So what is the mandatory skills they want? The mandatory skills, if your 4 skills was in mandatory skills, you're good fit for this role. So first is proficiency in Python programming. Yeah, one matched. And strong problem solving skill. You can develop this. Go join somewhere. Go join IQ interns. That is the best platform for soft skills, especially. So you can solve that. Strong problem solving skills. And then experience in database management. MySQL or SQL somewhere. So this you can have a basics on this. Okay, you can have the basics. Even that was related to Python, you can have a look about that. And 3, I consider that as a 3. Good understanding of data structures. No, I don't have a good knowledge on data structures, so I eliminate that, even though that was not mandatory. So I leave that. Familiarity with algorithms, necessary to create and optimize efficient solution to complex problems. Okay, fine. See, algorithms, I should have some knowledge, right? So I'll learn that. So that's not a big deal, and that was a part of Python, so I'll do that. So 4, I'll consider that as a 4. And knowledge on OOPS concept. Of course, I have knowledge on OOPS concept. And basic experience on web development using user-friendly, using modern framework. Modern framework in the sense, this is Flask and Django. There are plenty of frameworks out there with Python. So yeah, I consider that as a 5. And then experience with the version control system such as Git to manage and track changes in code. So I don't have this. I have 5. I have some of them are not have. Okay, fine. This role is actually worth for me. Now my resume was optimized, and I need to have all these things in my resume now. You already prepared a resume, right? You prepared a resume which was optimized with everything possible. Now add some of them. Like I was good at data management, strong problem solving skills. I was really great at Python programming, and I was familiar with algorithms. Like I was really good at object oriented programming in Python. You need to add all these things. These are the key skills. These are the keywords you should add in your resume. This should be very company to company. You should change your resume every time. Okay. So whenever you're applying to a company, try to make your PDF name as this: company name _ resume. Okay. So that is the best way to change your resume every time. So save that in that format, company name _ resume, and apply for every company possible. For example, this is for Bytemetric Solution, and go for EcoBridge Solutions. This is also in Karnataka. What are they offering? 4 lakh to 5 lakh. So now go and check here. So now check all those requirements and everything. This is a remote position, and these are the locations. Now they having understanding of object oriented programming, experience with the web development, strong understanding with the data structures, everything. In this case, you can first go for easy apply. These are apply ones having a little 2 process. Go for easy apply first. Okay, this is the first filter you need to do. And here I got a first thing, that is AI automation Python developer intern. Intern in the sense that you're a fresher, 0 to 2 years experience. That means even if you're a fresher, that was not a big deal. And now, what are the key responsibilities you have? Develop efficient and scalable Python code to support AI automation across various functions. So you see, since you are a fresher, they'll train you in some aspects. They won't train you in every aspect, but you need to prove yourself. I was good at Python. Then they'll train you. And skills you need to have. So you should be a recent grad. That means 23, 24 might allowed. And then strong fundamental knowledge of Python and experience with Flask and Fast API. They also mentioned two important skills also. You should have Flask knowledge and you should have Fast API. And then familiar with the rest of APIs. Some of the APIs they're having with the database like MySQL and NoSQL, PostgreSQL. There is something you should have knowledge on. And excellent problem solving skills. See, problem solving skill is a very major soft skill you should have. So you should optimize with that also, and plenty of things. You should optimize all these skills with your resume and click on easy apply. You don't need to give anything. Everything was pre-filled. You need to submit your resume. Which resume you need? You can add up to 5 resumes in this, and you can choose one resume out of that. So choose which resume is actually relevant to that, and you can add that, and there are some of the questions you need to answer. So whether you have experience in Python, yes, how many years you have, mention how many years of experience you have, and all these things. Some of the basic questions they'll ask and fill. So there are plenty of roles out there like that. For easy apply all the easy applies first, and then take off the filter easy apply, and now you have all the roles which was actually displayed. And go, there are plenty of pages here. If you see 2, 3 and go so on, like that. Go and apply everything with your resume. And one more process I mentioned you earlier, you have to contact the person. If the person was here, some hiring, if someone was from the hiring team, if you see that notification on the page, you have to message him. If not, we can't do anything. We can't reach out them and we can't message them. But if in your case, if you see someone like that, go message them personally. DM, direct message them. I was good at something. I've done a related project. Everything. Good paragraph. You need to convince them. So that is the best way to get hired in LinkedIn. So now I saw there is no problem with the LinkedIn. So there is a problem with your process. So understand the process. If you are not good at understanding the process, join somewhere, train somewhere. That is not a bad thing. So invest your time and invest your some of your money in there. So go join IQ Interns. The link is in the description. That is the best way. So train your soft skills and your technical skills. The link in the description. Apply for that. Have a great future. Thank you guys.